Picture this. The entire hip-hop community is buzzing. Content creators are panicking, and fans are left with one burning question: why is Drake, one of the biggest names in music, suddenly moving like the villain in his own empire? In the last few weeks, whispers have turned into full-blown screams across social media. Drake is trying to shut down every hip-hop channel and content creator right now. Yes, you heard that right. The same Drake who built his career on fan love, on blogs pushing his mixtapes, on YouTubers analyzing his lyrics, is now allegedly unleashing lawyers, copyright strikes, and private phone calls to silence the very people who helped build his throne. And the drama doesn't stop there. Rumors of secret deals, late-night heated arguments with industry insiders, and betrayal within his own camp are surfacing faster than anyone can keep up. Some creators are calling it the Drake blackout, while others are claiming he's hiding something far more explosive than just leaked music. Whatever the truth may be, emotions are running high, friendships are being tested, and the hip-hop family is left divided. Fans are shocked, creators are terrified, and everyone is wondering, what is Drake's real end game? The storm really began on a quiet Tuesday night when a popular hip-hop commentary channel suddenly posted a frantic update. The creator looked shaken, his voice trembling as he said, "Guys, I don't even know how to tell you this, but I just gotta take down notice. Drake's team is coming for me." At first, fans thought it was a joke, some clickbait scheme to boost views. But within hours, other creators came forward, each with the same story: mails, strikes, threats of lawsuits. It wasn't random. It felt coordinated. It felt personal. Emotions ran high as creators went live, crying on camera, showing screenshots. Some even sharing voice recordings of mysterious calls. One female podcaster, known for breaking exclusive stories, claimed she heard a man's voice late at night warning her, "Stop talking about Drake or your channel won't survive." Fans were stunned, flooding the comments with disbelief. The hip-hop family was divided. Half believed Drake was flexing his power to bury criticism, while the other half argued that maybe he was protecting something bigger, something dangerous, that nobody was supposed to see. Behind the scenes, rumors swirled of heated arguments inside Drake's own circle. One insider claimed that his longtime friend and producer Noah was completely against this move. "Drake, you can't shut down the culture that gave you life," Noah allegedly shouted during a studio session, his voice cracking under pressure. But Drake, pacing back and forth, reportedly fired back, "They're not culture, they're parasites. They're eating off me, twisting my story, and I'm done letting it slide." That confrontation was said to have left the whole crew silent. Some walked out, others tried to calm Drake down, but the tension was unbearable. The idea that Drake, the golden boy of hip-hop, the man who always seemed untouchable and unbothered, was suddenly raging against content creators shook everyone to the core. It was the kind of drama fans never thought they'd hear about. Meanwhile, the affected creators began banding together. Group chats were leaked, showing them plotting how to fight back. "We need to expose this," one creator wrote. "If Drake wants to go to war with us, we'll go to war with him." Another added, "The fans will have our backs." They don't want to see their voices silenced, but not everyone was brave. Some creators went silent overnight, deleting all their videos mentioning Drake, vanishing without explanation. Viewers noticed instantly and started theorizing where they paid off. Were they threatened? Or did Drake's team actually scare them into disappearing? And then came the first major twist. A leaked audio clip surfaced, allegedly from a private industry dinner in Los Angeles. In the clip, a voice that sounded uncannily like Drake could be heard saying, "They think they can profit off my pain, my music, my life. Nah, that ends now. I'll bury every one of them if I have to." The clip spread like wildfire, shared across Twitter, Reddit, and hip-hop forums. Fans were shocked. Creators were terrified. The hip-hop family felt more divided than ever. Was this really the real Drake talking? Or was it some elaborate deepfake planted to stir chaos? As the drama escalated, personal stakes grew deeper. One small creator, who had only recently hit 100,000 subscribers, broke down on stream saying, "This was my dream, my escape from a 9 to 5. Now it's all slipping away because of one man." Her tears triggered a wave of sympathy, with fans donating to her, rallying under the hashtag #CreatorsVs Drake. The movement gained traction, with thousands posting that no artist, no matter how powerful, should be able to silence the voices of the people. But in the shadows, another story began to leak. Some insiders whispered that this wasn't just about petty YouTube videos or podcasts. They claimed that certain channels had stumbled onto something they were never supposed to find: unreleased tracks, secret collaborations, and even private recordings that painted Drake in a shocking new light. One rumored video allegedly showed a heated argument between Drake and a family member, with personal accusations flying that could damage his carefully polished image. Forever, when word of that possible recording hit the scene, everything changed. Suddenly, fans weren't just curious, they were desperate to know what Drake was hiding. Some started digging, combing through old interviews, old live streams, trying to find hints of family drama or hidden feuds. The theories spiraled out of control, with some even suggesting that Drake's own team might be leaking information as payback for the way he was treating them. Meanwhile, a shocking betrayal rocked Drake's inner circle. One of his close associates was accused of secretly messaging content creators, feeding them behind-the-scenes gossip in exchange for clout. When Drake reportedly found out, the confrontation was explosive. "You think you can play both sides?" Drake allegedly yelled during a closed-door meeting, his voice echoing off the studio walls. "You eat at my table and you stab me in the back." The room fell silent, the betrayal cutting deeper than anyone expected. Fans could sense the cracks forming. The once unshakable bond between Drake and his crew seemed fragile. His public image, usually so untouchable, began to feel unstable. People who had defended him for years were now questioning whether the rumors were true. Could this same man who built his empire on connection, who owed so much to the digital world, really be the one trying to destroy it? As the days passed, the tension reached boiling point. Creators refused to back down, Drake refused to soften his stance, and fans were left stuck in the middle. Emotions ran high on both sides. Betrayal, anger, fear, and heartbreak, all swirling into a storm that no one could predict the outcome of. And just when it felt like things couldn't get more intense, another twist dropped. One that would shake the entire hip-hop community even harder than before. The twist came in the form of a leaked document, supposedly from a major streaming platform. Screenshots circulated showing what looked like confidential emails between executives and Drake's management. The subject line read, "Urgent, creator suppression strategy." Fans were floored. The emails hinted that this wasn't just Drake acting on emotion, there might be a calculated plan to silence voices across platforms. One line in particular sent chills through the community. "If they control the narrative, he loses the crown. Our job is to make sure the narrative stays his." The internet exploded. Creators began reading the emails live on stream, their voices shaking. "Do you guys understand what this means?" One popular commentator said, his eyes wide. "This isn't just about us making videos. This is about controlling history." They're rewriting Drake's story in real time. Viewers filled the chat with disbelief, outrage, and fear. Emotions ran high as the so-called Drake blackout turned from rumor into what looked like a massive conspiracy. But here's where the drama deepened. Drake himself broke his silence. During an after-party in Miami, surrounded by flashing cameras, he was caught responding to a heckler who shouted, "Why you shutting down the creators, Drizzy?" Instead of brushing it off, Drake smirked and said, "Maybe I'm tired of clowns eating off my name." The clip went viral instantly. Fans were divided once again. Some applauded him for standing his ground, while others accused him of confirming the worst fears in private. Tensions between Drake and his family reportedly reached a breaking point. One insider claimed that his mother begged him to stop this campaign. "You're hurting people who look up to you," she allegedly told him during a heated phone call. But Drake, described as cold and unyielding, allegedly replied, "I'm protecting myself, Mom. You don't understand what's at stake." The family was left divided, with some relatives quietly supporting the creators, while others backed Drake's stance. And then came the betrayal that nobody saw coming. A well-known hip-hop journalist released a bombshell podcast episode, claiming that a former member of Drake's team had slipped him damning evidence. According to the journalist, the evidence included unreleased voicemails, one of which featured Drake allegedly lashing out at a close friend who dared question him. The voice on the recording said, "You either ride with me or you're against me. And if you're against me, I'll bury you just like the rest." Fans were horrified. Could this really be Drake? The fallout was immediate. Major creators began rallying together under a single banner, creating a coalition called Voices of the Culture. They held live streams with thousands of viewers, sharing their stories of intimidation and warning that the hip-hop commentary space was in danger of being erased. "This isn't just about us," one creator said passionately. "This is about every fan who's ever wanted to speak their truth about music. They can silence us. They can silence you too." Fans flooded the streams with donations and messages of support, their emotions spilling into hashtags that trended worldwide. But Drake wasn't backing down. According to another leaked report, his legal team was preparing to file multiple lawsuits, not just against small creators, but also mid-sized channels that had millions of subscribers. The community braced itself for war. Some creators went underground, uploading anonymously, while others leaned into the fight, daring Drake to take them down. Then the unthinkable happened. A major fan event in Toronto, where Drake was supposed to make a surprise appearance, turned chaotic when protesters arrived holding signs that read, "Stop silencing us and creators, our culture." Witnesses described the scene as tense, with security scrambling to remove the protesters while fans inside were left stunned. One young fan was overheard crying, "I don't know if I can even support him anymore." The emotional fallout was unlike anything the hip-hop world had ever seen, as if things couldn't get worse. Rumors emerged that a famous rapper, someone once close to Drake, was preparing to go public with his own story about being silenced. Speculation ran wild online, with fans guessing who it might be. Some believed it was a longtime collaborator who had grown tired of Drake's control, while others thought it could be a rival waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Either way, the suspense was unbearable. Inside Drake's camp, sources said paranoia was reaching dangerous levels. People were being questioned, phones were being checked, and loyalty was being tested daily. One insider confessed, "Everyone's walking on eggshells. You say the wrong thing and you're out." He doesn't trust anyone right now. The image of a confident superstar was replaced with that of a man cornered, fighting shadows, afraid of betrayal at every turn. And just when it seemed like the creators were gaining momentum, another shocking twist threw everything into chaos. An anonymous drop appeared on a popular hip-hop forum, an alleged video file labeled "The Truth About Drake." The file spread like wildfire before it was mysteriously scrubbed from nearly every platform. Those who claimed to have seen it described a disturbing clip of Drake arguing with a family member, with personal accusations that could damage not only his reputation but his entire legacy. But the strangest part wasn't the content, it was the reaction. Within minutes, major platforms began taking down any trace of the video, sometimes faster than users could reblog. Fans whispered about secret deals, about powerful strings being pulled behind the curtain to protect him. The hip-hop family was once again split. Some said the video proved Drake was hiding something terrible, while others insisted it was fake and part of a smear campaign. As the dust settled from that explosive leak, creators began to fear for their livelihoods more than ever. Some reported strange calls from blocked numbers with distorted voices warning them to stop posting. Others claimed their accounts were mysteriously hacked, videos deleted overnight. One creator even said his car was followed for 2 days straight. The atmosphere grew darker, heavier, more suffocating. And yet, despite the fear, a coalition of creators refused to back down. During a dramatic live stream that broke viewing records, one creator slammed his desk and shouted, "We're not going anywhere? Drake, if you think you can silence us, you're dead wrong. We are the culture, we are the voice of the fans, and you can't erase us." The crowd in the chat went wild, filling the screen with flames, fists, and broken heart emojis. Emotions were at an all-time high, and the energy felt unstoppable. But what no one knew was that behind the scenes, Drake's team was preparing their boldest move, yet something so drastic, so unexpected, that it would push this already burning feud into a whole new level of chaos. The boldest move was unveiled on a Friday evening, just as fans were settling in for the weekend. News broke that Drake's team had officially filed a massive lawsuit against a group of 10 hip-hop creators, accusing them of defamation, unauthorized use of music, and damaging his brand. The documents were hundreds of pages long, filled with screenshots, quotes, and timestamps from videos. The message was clear: Drake wasn't bluffing anymore. The internet erupted. Creators cried on live streams, some swearing they had no money to fight such a powerful machine. "How am I supposed to go up against Drake's lawyers?" One small channel owner sobbed, clutching his face in his hands. "I just make videos in my bedroom. I don't even have money for rent right now." Fans flooded his chat with donations, their emotions raw and unfiltered. Hashtags like #StandWithCreators and #DrakeExposed dominated social media, creating a tidal wave of support for the underdogs. But not everyone saw Drake as the villain. Some fans, fiercely loyal, began attacking the creators online, accusing them of leeching off Drake's fame. "You wouldn't even have a career if it weren't for him," one commenter wrote. "Drake is just protecting what's his." The division in the hip-hop family deepened, leaving fans in heated arguments, friendships broken, and online communities torn apart. Then came a shocking twist. One of the 10 creators named in the lawsuit refused to stay silent. He released a video titled "The Real Reason Drake Wants Us Gone." In it, he claimed to have evidence that Drake's legal actions weren't about protecting his brand, but about covering up a scandal. According to him, certain creators had stumbled across unreleased tracks where Drake allegedly referenced private disputes with family and former collaborators in raw, unfiltered detail. If those songs leak, the creator said it'll change how people see him forever. He's not protecting his art, he's hiding his truth. The video went viral in hours, sparking even more chaos. Fans dissected every frame, every word, looking for proof. Emotions ran high as theories spread like wildfire. Is Drake really hiding an ugly side of his life? Or was this just a desperate creator trying to save himself? The tension escalated further when a close friend of Drake's ex came forward with shocking claims. She alleged that Drake had personally reached out to her, begging her not to share certain details with podcasters and YouTube channels. He was desperate, she said in a live interview. "I've never seen him like that. He wasn't confident Drake, he was scared Drake." The statement stunned fans, leaving them questioning what could make one of the world's most powerful artists so afraid of the internet. Inside Drake's circle, the atmosphere grew poisonous. Arguments broke out daily. One producer reportedly slammed his laptop shut during a session, yelling, "This isn't music anymore, this is war." Others whispered about walking away, tired of living under the shadow of lawsuits and paranoia. "The vibe is gone," one insider confessed. "It's not about the music, it's about survival." Everyone feels like they're being watched. And then came the betrayal that shattered everything. Leaked text messages appeared online, allegedly between Drake and one of his closest allies. In the texts, Drake accused the ally of leaking information to creators, writing, "You're finished with me. Don't ever come around again." The ally fired back with a chilling reply, "If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me." The messages spread like wildfire, fans gasping at the toxic breakdown of trust. Suddenly, the feud wasn't just Drake versus creators, was Drake versus his own people. The fallout was devastating. Hip-hop blogs churned out articles hourly. Fans argued nonstop, and creators doubled down, feeling vindicated that even Drake's camp was crumbling. One commentator said dramatically on stream, "This isn't just a war, it's a collapse. We're watching the empire fall apart in real time." Emotions reached fever pitch, and the community couldn't look away. Then came another shocking twist. The anonymous source who had leaked the video file in Part 2 returned, this time dropping what they called the final nail. It was an audio clip of Drake in a heated conversation with a family member. In the clip, a voice resembling Drake said, "They can't know. If they know, I lose everything. I'd rather destroy them than let my truth out." Fans were stunned. Really Drake admitting to a cover-up? Or was it another fake, designed to push the drama further? Creators pounced on the clip, dissecting every word, every pause. Live chats filled with theories, while fans wept, saying their hero wasn't who they thought he was. "I can't believe this," one longtime fan tweeted. "Drake was my escape, my inspiration. Now I don't even know who he is anymore." The emotional toll was heavy, leaving the hip-hop family fractured and in pain. And in the middle of this storm, one creator announced he had been offered hush money. In a tearful video, he explained that someone close to Drake had approached him with a six-figure sum to delete all his videos. "I didn't take it," he said, his voice shaking, "'cause if I do, I'm selling out everyone who believes in me. I can't betray the fans." The revelation shook the community to its core. If Drake's camp was really offering payouts, how deep did this rabbit hole go? With emotions already boiling, fans turned their anger into action. Protests broke out outside streaming headquarters in New York and Los Angeles, with people chanting, "Let creators speak and stop the blackout." Footage of the protests went viral, showing fans holding homemade signs, some even burning Drake posters in frustration. The drama had left the internet and spilled into the real world, and the tension was undeniable. Through it all, Drake remained mostly silent, only posting cryptic photos and captions on social media. One post showed him staring out over the Toronto skyline with the caption, "Silence speaks louder than noise." Fans debated endlessly, was he taunting the creators, or was he showing remorse? The ambiguity only fueled more chaos. But the most shocking betrayal was yet to come. Late one night, a massive leak hit social media, this time from someone who claimed to be inside Drake's legal team. The leak contained drafts of strategies, private notes, and even alleged transcripts of conversations. One note read, "Eliminate threats systematically. Creators must be silenced before unreleased material surfaces." The internet exploded once again. Emotions ran higher than ever, with fans demanding answers and creators declaring victory. And as the smoke cleared from this devastating leak, one thing became clear. This wasn't just a battle anymore. It was all-out war. And Drake, cornered and furious, was about to make his most dangerous move yet. One that would push the drama into uncharted territory and leave the hip-hop family hanging by a thread. The most dangerous move came without warning. In the dead of night, hundreds of hip-hop creators woke up to find their channels completely wiped, gone, deleted, years of content. Millions of views, entire communities erased overnight. The panic was instant. Twitter was flooded with screenshots of blank channels, creators crying on camera, begging their followers not to forget them. "It's all gone," one sobbed through shaky breaths. 7 years of work, and it's gone in one night. Drake did this. The internet went into meltdown. Fans were outraged, some demanding answers from YouTube itself. How could so many channels vanish at once? Speculation swirled that Drake's legal team had struck secret deals with platforms to accelerate takedowns. This isn't coincidence. One commentator shouted in a live stream that somehow survived the purge. "This is a blackout. This is control." The phrase Drake blackout trended again, only this time it felt like the nightmare had fully come to life. Emotions ran higher than ever. Creators compared the loss to watching your house burn down. One even collapsed on stream, overwhelmed by the weight of losing not only income, but also the community he had built. Fans rallied fiercely, some vowing to boycott Drake's music entirely. Hashtags like #BoycottDrake and #Justice for Creators exploded across social platforms, fueling the flames of rebellion. And just when the outrage peaked, Drake himself, finally, addressed the situation in a shocking Instagram Live. Wearing a hoodie, his face shadowed, he looked into the camera and said, "Y'all think I'm the bad guy? I've given my whole life to this game. I've bled for it. And I'm not about to let a bunch of clout chasers twist my story. Call me the villain if you want, but I'm protecting what's mine." The chat blew up instantly. Some fans cheered, while others spammed broken heart emojis. Devastated at his cold delivery. Behind the scenes, the fallout inside Drake's camp reached boiling point. Sources claimed that his longtime friend Noah finally walked out, slamming the studio door and refusing to return. "I can't do this anymore," he reportedly said. "This isn't music. This isn't art, it's destruction." The crew was left fractured, morale shattered. Even Drake's family was allegedly begging him to step back, with one relative warning, "You're turning into the enemy you always swore you'd never be." But Drake, stubborn and fiery, refused to listen. Then came the twist nobody saw coming. A hacker group, calling themselves The Voices, claimed responsibility for leaking some of the documents and recordings earlier in the feud. In a bold statement, they announced they had even more damaging material and, if Drake didn't back down, they would release it all. "The truth belongs to the people," their message read. "If Drake wants war, we'll give him war." The threat sent shockwaves through the community. Fans speculated wildly about what the hackers might have. Unreleased tracks, private conversations, personal scandals. Emotions ran wild as people debated whether the hackers were heroes or villains themselves. Some creators begged them to drop the files immediately, while others warned that it could ruin lives beyond repair. Meanwhile, creators who had survived the blackout banded together tighter than ever. They launched a new platform, funded by donations, dedicated solely to hip-hop commentary and free speech. "If they can't silence us here, we'll build our own stage," one creator declared during the launch stream. Fans flocked in, signing up by the thousands. The movement felt unstoppable, a rebellion rising in real time. But Drake wasn't finished. Insiders whispered about a secret meeting in Toronto where Drake laid out his final plan. "If they want to fight dirty, I'll fight dirtier," he allegedly told his team. His plan, according to leaks, involved releasing a surprise project filled with subliminal shots at creators, their families, and even fellow artists who had dared question him. The project was rumored to be so personal, so scathing, that insiders warned it could ignite feuds across the entire industry. The anticipation was unbearable. Fans counted down the days, waiting to see if Drake would actually pull the trigger. Some begged him not to. Others dared him to prove he wasn't afraid. And then at midnight on a Saturday, the project dropped. The internet nearly broke. The lyrics were savage, calling out creators by name, mocking their struggles, and painting them as leeches feeding off his pain. Fans were stunned. Some said it was Drake's boldest artistic move in years, while others called it bullying at its most public. One creator, directly named in a track, went live in tears, saying, "I can't believe he did this. I looked up to him. And now he's dragging me in front of millions." Emotions exploded, with supporters and critics clashing in real time. The backlash was immediate. Celebrities weighed in, some defending Drake's right to express himself, while others accused him of punching down. One legendary rapper tweeted, "Drake forgot the streets made him. Creators made him. Biting the hand that fed you never ends well." The tweet went viral, sparking fierce debates across the hip-hop family. And then came the climax of the drama. The hacker group, The Voices, made good on their threat. They dropped a massive file containing unreleased audio, personal messages, and behind-the-scenes clips. Among them was a chilling voicemail allegedly from Drake to a former friend, saying, "If you betray me, you'll regret it for the rest of your life." Fans were stunned. Some refused to believe it was real, while others said it was undeniable. Proof of his paranoia, the internet drowned in chaos. Fans cried, creators screamed, blogs updated by the minute. The hip-hop family felt like it was tearing apart, split between those who still stood by Drake and those who declared his empire finished. The emotions were raw, unfiltered, and painful to watch. But through all the madness, one thing became clear: nothing would ever be the same again. Creators had found their voice. Fans had seen behind the curtain. And Drake, whether villain or victim, had changed the game forever. The story didn't feel resolved. It felt like the start of something even bigger. A war that could stretch on for years. As the dust settled, fans were left with burning questions. Would Drake's career survive this storm? Would creators finally gain the freedom they fought so hard for? Or would the feud spiral into something even darker, pulling more lives into its orbit? The suspense was unbearable, the tension unshakable, and the drama impossible to ignore. So here we are, standing in the aftermath of one of the wildest storms the hip-hop world has ever seen. Creators silenced, families torn apart, friendships broken, and fans left more divided than ever. Drake's legacy, once untouchable, now hangs in the balance. Is he the ruthless mastermind trying to bury the voices of the culture? Or is he just a man pushed to his breaking point, lashing out in desperation to protect his crown? The truth is, nobody really knows. What we do know is that the drama has rewritten the rules. Content creators are no longer just background noise, they're a force, powerful enough to shake even the biggest superstar on the planet. And Drake, whether he likes it or not, has found himself at the center of a battle bigger than music, bigger than streaming, bigger than anything he's faced before. The family is divided, the fans are torn, and the future feels more uncertain than ever. But here's the real question. What do you think? Is Drake the villain of this story, orchestrating a blackout to hide his secrets? Or is he the victim of a ruthless digital age where every word, every slip, every private moment gets turned into content? The answers might lie in the weeks to come. But for now, the debate is wide open. If you've made it this far, you're part of the story too. So drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Whose side are you on? Don't forget to hit that like button if you want the truth to keep spreading, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss another chapter in this unfolding saga. Because trust me, this drama is far from over.